Yo, what to do, YouTube? It's your boy Cartier Double OJ coming at y'all boys with something light today. You guys haven't seen my face in a while. It's gonna change though, you know what I mean? Get you to see my face again. New Madden coming out in like a day or so. I'm gonna be locked in for that shit. Get ready for some Ultimate Team gameplay. Whatever you guys want, some franchise. I'm calling out YouTubers. Light, I want the smoke. MMG, I want the smoke. Coke Nasty, Colenberger, all my goats that I used to watch growing up. I want all the smoke. I'm a goat at that shit. So you guys let me know if you guys what you guys want to see in some Madden. But that's not really the point of this video. I know you guys haven't seen me in a while. I just step away and just get my mental straight for a little while. I'm cool. I wasn't really going through some shit, but I just had to step away and just kind of just make sure mentally I was all there. Make sure mentally that I was checked in. Sometimes you just be in your own head too much, and I just step away for a little bit. Tap in on my nature, on my gazer shit. Come on, shout out to the boy So. You know what I mean? I was watching his video earlier today. Um, he's always a big inspiration. You know what I mean? He's always like he's for real. He's always giving some advice to the young people, and not even young people, just people in general. You know what I mean? I guess that's what kind of I don't really have no topic for this video per se, but me kind of sitting here rambling in front of the mic, in front of the camera. I miss it. You know what I mean? It's a way for me to express myself and an outlet for me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and I know there's people out there that either feel the same way as I do or could relate in a certain way, and that's what I kind of just make these videos for. Just sit here in front of the camera. It's like a diary online. You know what I mean? Just being able to express myself in front of the camera and hopefully connect and uh, make a community out of it. Really. Right now it's fucking 3:32 a.m. and I'm sitting here fucking wide awake. You know what I mean? I gotta get up in the morning and all I can think about is just fuck. I just got in front of this camera and just get back into the rhythm of everything. You know what I mean? I know I've been slacking, but that's gonna change. You know what I mean? I know I made videos before saying like this shit is I'm gonna make this shit happen, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. I was just sitting watching the Kanye West Aloe interview. If you ever seen that, you know. It's a private video now, I believe. So I don't know if you can still look it up, but you know what I mean. I was watching that shit. I was watching it, and Kanye was over there talking about there's two people in this world, and there's the man who thinks he can, and the man who thinks he can. They're both right. You know what I mean? And you know, uh, 100% believe that. You know what I mean? If you believe you can do anything, you can. You know what I mean? Whatever you put your mind to, and it's so cliche to say that. You know what I mean? Like if you just put your mind to it, you could achieve it. But if you're really determined and you really want what you say you want, you're gonna put in the work at the end of the day to see the fruits of your labor. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna stop until you get to the point where you want to. Um, and it's kind of like I feel like me taking a break for a while. You know what I mean? I always wanted to be able to make make a career out of sitting in front of this fucking camera and just sitting, being able to connect to people, play games, and whatever the case may be. But you know what I mean? It brought back that hunger again. You know what I mean? I had to step away and kind of just reflect and look at myself in the mirror and just be like, me doing this regular everyday shit. You know what I mean? I still got a regular job. I still just a regular person. Like, am I really happy doing this every single day, waking up and just getting up, just going through the motions of everything? And it's like I'm not. You know what I mean? Um, I want more for myself. I want to be able to make an impact on this world and being able to connect with people. And I feel like I've seen people do it in front of a camera. You know what I mean? And I know I'm no different than they are. So all I got to do is sit there and put in the work, um, and be able to just really connect with people and make a community out of the shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna turn up. I'm gonna go crazy. I just gotta stay consistent with the shit. That's my big thing that I've been focusing on right now is just consistency. You know what I mean? And I know my actions don't show that right now, especially if you look at my channel. You know what I mean? I barely got anything uploaded, but um, I'm gonna really just stop saying shit and just let my actions speak for themselves. You know what I mean? And be able to put in the work and be able to look back at it. You know what I mean? I look back at it and be like, fuck, I just wasted 2 months of my time. But looking in the past and comparing yourself to other people, or being like, fuck, I wasted all this time, doesn't do anything for you. You know what I mean? You can't go back and change the past, so you just gotta stay locked in the present. You know what I mean? Um, Take it one day at a time. Just put one foot in front of the other. You know, when I was away right now, I just went hiking in Yosemite. Beautiful out there. You know what I mean? But I hiked like 9 miles, like 2,500 feet up. That shit was like a mental battle being out there. And there was some old OG that gave me some advice, and he was like, "Bro, you're almost there. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other." And that shit doesn't go for just hiking. You know what I mean? That just goes for life in general. You know what I mean? If you're so worried about looking into the future, or looking behind you, looking in front of you, you know what I mean? You're gonna psych yourself out and not be able to accomplish the things you want to. You know what I mean? You just gotta take everything day by day and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Um, like I said, you could really accomplish anything if you guys want to get on here and be able to turn up and go crazy on YouTube, or go crazy in basketball, go crazy in whatever you want in life. Whether it's nursing, barbering, you know what I mean. Whatever your career you want to do, go out and do that shit. You know what I mean. You are a god. Like, you know what I mean. I always hear so say that you are a god. You know what I mean. You're no different than anybody else. Um, I know it feels weird because you see all these people in front of a camera and you're like, they have all this fame and this money and all these things that you envy, but it's like they're no different than you at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Um, they ended up putting in the work for years, or work for however long they wanted, well, however long they've been putting it in, and you know what I mean. They just seeing the fruits of their labor. But at the end of the day, they start off just like you, just another kid, just hungry, wanting to change their life, wanting to put in the work, and it's just like I feel like I'm starting to get to that point right now. It's just like that hunger. You know what I mean? I'm not no different than anybody else, so it's like why not me? You know what I mean? I always had the mentality of like, yeah, it's cool, but like uh, I guess the what I'm looking for is like saying like I felt like it wasn't obtainable for a normal person like me. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm no different than anybody else, and it's like, why not me? You know what I mean? Why can't I put in the same work that everybody else put in, and see the same success as everybody else? Um, I know that it's not going to be an easy process by any means, but I know I have the ability uh, and the personality to connect to some people and be able to really um, impact some people's lives, and not even just have fun with this shit, but being able to give some people some direction in their life. And you know what I mean. Sometimes, as silly as it may sound, you know what I mean. Somebody playing the game, somebody able to entertain people in front of a camera. You know what I mean. That could really change some people's lives, and it's just like it's a crazy thing because you're just like, I'm just a regular guy on the fucking internet with a camera. You're like, what the fuck? What impact do I have on everybody's like somebody's everyday life? But you know what I mean. I grew up watching a lot of these YouTubers for years. You know what I mean, and it's like subconsciously, without even realizing, you know what I mean. They had a big impact on my life and how I grew up, and a lot of my personality, and how I carry myself. You know what I mean. At the end of the day, so it's like if I could impact the next generation, or even impact anybody's life in even the simplest way, you know what I mean, and be able to connect with anybody on not even just a physical level, but a spiritual level, you know what I mean? Just let people know that they're not the only people out there going through some shit, you know what I mean? And have a place where they feel like they could feel heard or seen, and you know what I mean, kind of be an outlet and kind of block out all the noise for a little while, you know what I mean? That's really what I want at the end of the day. And it's like I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting here fucking rambling. Like I said, it's 3:40 at night, bro. I'm tired as fuck. I gotta get up in the morning, but I just wanted to make a quick little YouTube video for you guys. Let you guys know that I'm back. Um, I got some uploads coming soon. Some more reaction videos. Let me know what you guys want me to react to. Like I said, it's some YouTube or not some YouTube. What the fuck? I'm tripping. Some Madden videos coming up. Like I said, I'm a real life goat at that game, so you guys are gonna get a spam with Madden content. I'm not gonna lie. I've always wanted to do that shit since I was a kid, and it's finally time that I just stop making excuses and just fucking do it. Um, this this is like the beginning of just fuck saying what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just do stuff, and you know what I mean, and just I was watching that Kanye interview, like I said, and he was like, just simplifying your life and just fun and enjoying the things you do. You know what I mean? Do things for your enjoyment, not trying to prove yourself to other people. I heard So say that in his video too. You know what I mean? Um, People are trying to ride these waves of IRL streaming or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? And it's not really authentic to who they are as a person. Um, People are just doing stuff to for views. You know what I mean? People are clip farming, doing all this type of shit, and there's no authenticity. Oh my god, that was a big ass word for me. Authentic. I'm not gonna even try to say that shit again. I'm a butcher it. But you know what I mean? People are not even being authentic no more. People are scared to be themselves. People are just they're bots. You know what I mean? They're just fucking riding waves and just trying to fit in with everybody else. You know what I mean? And that's cool if you're at the top of it, but you know what I mean. You're gonna get drowned trying to ride in somebody else's wave. And I'm gonna stick to myself. You know what I mean? Continue to make the content that I want to make. We got a long way to go. You know what I mean? I look at it. I think I only got like fucking 14 subscribers on YouTube. You know what I mean? Hopefully one day you guys are gonna be able to look back at this shit and take it as motivation and be like, fuck, this little fucking skinny ass little Mexican kid was just another person just sitting in his bedroom talking to himself in front of a camera and being able to be like, shit, I'm no different than him. You know what I mean? And be able to boost some shit up and take it as motivation. But we're gonna take it up all the way. Uh, I feel like I'm just kind of repeating myself at this point, so I don't know what else I got to say, but I love y'all boys. Anybody who's viewing this, thank you guys so much. You guys take care, you stay blessed. See y'all later.